Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Legacy of the Void campaign on Rocket Rabbit Commentaries for StarCraft 2. And in this episode, we'll be starting Sky Shield and doing all of Sky Shield, actually, because it's actually a relatively simple mission.
Isn't it convenient that we can round all of our time constraints to increments of 5 or 10?
The damage appears repairable, Hierarch. Yeah, assuming Mobius Core leaves anything left to repair.
And that is what they're trying to avoid, but we're here now, so we can, intercept their forces and disable their ingrained forces here.
Mobius Core. Looks like they may have to give themselves a promotion.
Alright, so we don't get any new units for this particular mission, but we don't honestly need any because now we get to show off how amazing the Centurion are. The Centurion are the Nerazim factional unit for the Zealot branch, and the Zealot branch, you get the normal Zealot, which gets Whirlwind, which is one I will just straight up not be showing off. And then you get this, right now we've got access to the Centurion, who's got Dark Coil, which is a charge attack that stuns anything that it hits, which we will get to show off how effective it is against smaller units right now, actually, as we go out and pick up some resources.
You see, sometimes in games like this, where you can measure your damage per second, it's a matter of is my damage per second not only higher than yours, but is my health higher than yours? Well, you can outright negate your opponent's damage per second by stunning them.
Yeah.
And basically making it doesn't matter how much health you have or much damage you can deal because I bought myself time.
The thing is, of course, that the Centurion is actually really good at damage per second and relative health, assuming you're willing to support it. We'll probably be spamming Centurion for a majority of this mission. Not because it's what the mission actually wants us to do. To be fair, the mission here wants us to actually have a balanced force of both Zealots and Stalkers. But, we've got the Centurion out already, so make sure that our healthy ones are in front and go! And yes, the splash that you see there is in fact an area of effect for Dark Coil. Dark Coil can stun multiple units, but it usually ends up only ever stunning one.
This place looks cool. I like the rising flames from the places that we cannot actually traverse because they are not on the map.
Well, the reason why they're not on the map is because that isn't actual fire. That is aerial. It is visible friction happening on the platform. Yeah, we are actively on the Sky Shield as it is falling, attempting to restabilize it. Thematically, this mission is really kick-ass. It's just the thematics here don't actually do much for the for the mission, in its entirety.
Oh, damn it all. The bomb wasn't set for 25 minutes. It was set for 52 seconds.
And 52 seconds would mean we already would have failed. Thankfully, we can adjust how long we have in this mission simply by rescuing the stabilizers.
Correct. So it pushes the goal back every time you satisfy an objective. I kind of like missions that do that. Because what it does is that it tells you what stage of the mission you're at. So you only have so much time to complete the first objective, but then it gives you more time to do the other objectives. Basically, so in case you get a game over, then it really seats you in which stage you're at as you advance.
So as we just showed off, that is why I love warp and reinforcements. If I've got spare minerals around and the Spirit of Adune energy to do so, I can just generate an army of Centurions anywhere on the map that I have vision. It is kick ass.
Hell yeah. Where to, bub?
No, well, specifically back to the stabilizer we were just at, so that we can rescue it. There are also smaller points on the map that if you manage to get rid of the Mobius Core, Raynor will send down some support units to aid you. They won't actually be. They won't actually be, units to fight with you though. They will just end up being support structures for his own faction, because he's technically a player on this map. It's just that he's not actually allowed to do anything aside from do the active stuff of repairing the stabilizers.
I am going to give you more time.
Expect some heavier resistance.
Yes, each time you take down a stabilizer, Mobius Corps reinforces the additional stabilizers with additional Reapers, Marines, and Siege Tanks. I think one of them specifically gets additional Vikings. Specifically, the one at the northeastern corner. I think that one gets Viking reinforcements. So that's why we need some Stalkers in our force to take down the Vikings that they throw at us. Also, if you know how to parse out your Centurions, you can just chain stun enemies to death with them. It's very nice.
Hell yeah.
Unfortunately, this will be effectively the last time we use a Mass Centurion force, specifically because, as Giant Rat Graves put it, there's too much shit that flies in this game. So Zealots end up being pretty bad once we get to the latter half of the campaign.
5-5 with flying. I'm boned.
Yeah. The problem with being an over-specialized ground unit is you can't deal with flyers. Okay. Now that we have... Alright, we already have Plasma Shield 1 being researched. Waiting for enough Spirit of Dune Energy to do warp and reinforcements, and then we can reinforce with some additional Centurions. More Centurions, please. Thank you.
Mobius Corps is mobilizing an attack against our nexus point.
The Mobius are mobilizing.
Yeah, thankfully it's just a bunch of Reapers, though, so we can take this down whilst we're here. We want to take down the bonus objectives first before we go too far into dealing with the stabilizers. Mostly because the bonus objective is more important for the rest of the run. The additional 15 Solarite will allow us to have additional starting supply right now. That way we don't have to build pylons right out the gate. Hello, siege tanks. Behold, the answer to siege tanks. A swarm of Centurions.
Well, make sure your forces are well organized, because if you screw up and you have to replenish your supply, you're going to lose some time.
Only a little bit of time, honestly.
A third stabilizer has been cleared of enemy forces.
Gotcha. Repairs underway. Man, you're sure pissing Mobius Corps off. A lot of troops guarding the stabilizers. Make sure you got enough forces to engage.
Yeah, we're not actually supposed to go through that way.
So again, the Mobius Corps, they're controlled by Amon right now.
Yes, they're being controlled by Amon.
So dramatically, one can see that James Raynor is not perfectly aware of Amon's danger to the broader universe.
He and Kerrigan have not actually had to talk about Amon yet, mostly because immediately after Kerrigan took down Menks, she went off to deal with Amon and didn't tell anyone where the fuck she was going.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Not really. I mean that's what they're trying to do a little bit, but no, they're not being very explicit about it. So there we go. We only have one stabilizer left to get.
Well, I mean, it could be as much of a stretch as fucking Superman and Lex Luthor joining forces against Trigon the Terrible.
We must make haste.
And come on, Pascaret, spawn in some more stalkers. There we are.
Well, you gotta get your boys into place, and now you can have a party.
Yay! Alright, we're just going for the bonus objective, and then we'll go finish. We have enough stalkers and Centurions to actually finish, no problems. The bonus objectives, while they're up, will slowly drain the shields of your units, which is why it's important to take them down before getting rid of all of the stabilizers, or rather before reclaiming all the stabilizers. But the drain is honestly not all that bad, and I'm pretty sure it has a limited range on it. More pylons, not that we need them.
One can observe that this we're still in early campaign mode.
Yeah.
I mean, especially because in my head, of course, because I'm commentating on this series, you know, I know how many parts are left in this playthrough. So yeah, we're still very much in early game. You gotta say, this mission has gotten a hell of a lot easier once we've developed. Because not only do we have more time, we got more resources to build with in case something stupid happens, and we got lots of available units.
Also, the reason why I decided to blink up the ramp instead of walking up it is because when you blink with the stalkers, specifically the Nerazim stalkers, they get a rapid regeneration on shields, making them significantly more tanky for the fights that they teleport into.
And we've done it, friend Raynor.
Is retreating.
Yay!
Admiral Horner will take control of the station from here. Gotta say, I owe you big time for this one, partner.
Yes, we're planting the seeds of future cooperation.
I'm pretty sure we got all the time in the world done. And I'm positive we got no time for games done. Woot.
No time left for you.
That's a hell of a thing your boys did, Artanis.
Well, you can say so, James.
We're about to call down the cavalry.
We will join you on the surface and extract the keystone.
I got some bad news for you.
Damn it.
Seems our friends below had the same idea. While we were fighting to get planetside, the Imperial Palace was raided. Security data indicates the keystone was taken.
Why do we have security
My mama used to
data?
have a saying, when it rains, it floods.
I am uncertain as to how this saying is helpful, friend Raynor.
Me either. Wait a minute. I'm getting intel. A Mobius Core evac team is headed toward Bennett Port.
That is a
They got the
place.
keystone.
We shall not let them escape.
Well, we will attempt to prevent them from escaping.
I have powered up a new ship subsystem.
Thanks, Karax.
Review it in the solar core now.
Yay.
So let's see. What is this one? This is one of the passives, right? Yeah, this is one of the passives. So yeah, we're gonna get orbital assimilator, which means that we no longer have to spend probes on gas harvesting. The other ones in this in that area are warp harmonization, which allow our robotics facilities and stargates to have warp units, and Nexus Overcharge, which is a really interesting defensive steroid because it allows your Nexi to actually fire on enemy forces. But in the next episode, we'll be doing Brothers in Arms. We get one of the best units in the game in exchange for a mission that I'm very bad at. Be safe, everybody.